So now that we know how to use the order of operations, we can pretty much start to evaluate expressions for pretty much any substitution or replacement values. So here, remember, a mathematical expression is just pretty much like a mathematical sentence. So you guys might want to pay attention to those words. So an expression could be something as simple as 3 plus 5, or it could be like another type, could be just when you have variables in there, which is like x plus 3 and something like that. So either of those two are pretty much expressions. So here, first step one, replace variables. So when we're doing order of operations, we want to evaluate expressions. The first step we always want to do is replace the variable with numbers. So you guys got to remember just to plug it in pretty much, right? Just throw it in there. Once you guys have that, you want to do step two, which is simplify. Simplify by using the order of operations. And that's pretty much as simple as that. So once we have that, we can move forward to evaluating expressions. So when you guys are doing this, remember you guys are going to be given values to plug in or substitute, right, into the expression. So here, x is positive 5. So wherever I see the x, I'm going to replace it with positive 5 right there. And then y is negative 4. So that's going to be the next one, negative 4. And then I have y squared. So 2 times y squared would be 2 times negative 4. And then pretty much z is equal to 3. And that substitution is already done for us. And then, so I'm done with step one. All right, cool. So my next step is to simplify using order of operations. So if you guys notice, the first thing I want to do here is here get rid of the exponent, which is negative 4 squared. So negative 4 times negative 4, a negative times a negative is a positive, and then 4 times 4 is 16. So it's positive 16. All right, the 2 comes down exactly the same. And then here we do 4 times 5, which is 20, and then times negative 4, and that would give me negative 80. And then again, the last number was just 3, so just bring that one straight down. Now again, one more time, I want to check to see if I have to either parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, before I can move on to addition or subtraction. And if you guys notice, there's 2 times 16, that's a multiplication, so that's 32, and then everything else stays the same, negative 80, and then minus 3. And then my last step would be just pretty much to simplify from left to right, negative 80 plus 32, that gives you guys negative 48, and then minus 3. And then when you have two negative numbers, you add them up and you keep the negative, so that would be negative 51 for my final answer. The next one would be pretty much same thing. I want to see step one, see what I have to replace with what variables I have to replace with what numbers. So I want to plug this in. So now I have my equation is 3 times. Now, if you guys ever see those two straight sticks right there, that means absolute value. Absolute value. And absolute value of a number is always positive. All right, positive x. So if you have the absolute value of negative 3, that is just positive 3. It doesn't change the sign, it's always positive. It's the distance to 0. That's what absolute value essentially represents. So if you guys see those sticks right there, that's pretty much an absolute value symbol. So now the next one, so 9 times c minus a, absolute value of the whole thing minus r. So I want to start plugging it in when c equals negative 4. So if I look for c's, I see one right there. So that's negative 4. So that's it. I replaced all the c's. And then a is positive 2. So I'm going to put 2 right there. There's no more a, so I'll replace that one. And then r equals negative 5. So here you guys have to be careful because they're telling you r is negative 5, and then there's always already a negative there. So we want to make sure that we use parentheses here as negative 5. So now move on to the next step. So the absolute value symbols count as parentheses. So I want to make sure that whatever is inside I do first. So in this case, do the multiplication. 9 times negative 4. A positive times a negative equals a negative. So it'd be negative 36 minus 2. And then a negative times a negative outside would make it, oh, actually negative 5 still here, right? Okay, and then again, I want to simplify what's inside the absolute value symbol. So that's negative 36 minus 2. Add them up, keep the negative again. So minus 38. And then outside we have negative 5. So again, when you guys take the absolute value of any number, even if it's a positive number, it still comes out positive. So here it's going to be positive 38. 3 times 38, and then minus a negative 5. So 3 times 38, negative 38, I'm sorry, positive 38, becomes 114. And then negative times a negative becomes positive 5. So my final answer would be 119.